up, potty people, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing a foundation review and wear test over a brand new one. This is the Bot Beauty Changemaker Supercharged Micellar Foundation. So I really don't talk about a lot of high-end products on my channel. I really try to keep it more drugstore and affordable based. You guys don't really seem to be all that into high-end makeup videos and stuff, so I try to keep it very minimal. But when it comes to products that are super hyped up and talked about and raved about, like, I want to get in on the action and really see for myself, is it worth the hype? So yeah, if you like videos like this where I do foundation reviews and I do a wear test and really break down the demo and all that stuff, make sure you get a thumbs up. And if there's any product you want to see me test in a video like this, make sure you comment below what it is, whether it be a foundation, concealer, doesn't matter, just comment below what you'd like to see me review. And subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and turn that notification bell on to never miss an upload from me. And without further ado, let's dive in and check out the Bot Beauty Changemaker Foundation. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So this foundation is $39.50 on the Sephora website. They have 32 shades. I picked up the shade L20, which is actually a pretty perfect match for me. It's a really good undertone and whatnot. So it just says a clean, long-wearing foundation with gentle micellar technology that mimics skin texture for a natural, flawless finish. It's supposed to give you a medium coverage, better for normal, dry, combination, and oily skin types, so pretty much everyone. And then under the highlighted ingredients, it says maki berry and micellar technology. So the maki berry, I've never heard of that before. It just says an antioxidant-rich ingredient that helps nurture your complexion. And then micellar technology, it says just gently mimics skin texture for a smooth, non-cakey look. I've never heard of micellar technology when it comes to makeup. I'm not really sure how it works when it comes to a foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and clip my hair back. I have normal oily skin. My skin is pretty mild though. Like, I don't typically get greasy or shiny or super oily or anything, so it's pretty balanced. So I'm just gonna go ahead and swap this onto my skin, just kind of get it laid down. And I do find that I have to use a lot of this stuff. Like, I feel like I have to constantly squeeze out more product. And I have used it with a brush and a sponge, and I typically like a sponge better, but my foundation brush is dirty, so I'm kind of contemplating even using it. I know some people are going to look at it and say, why are you using a dirty foundation brush? Well, because I'm lazy and I didn't wash my brushes. Do you want to wash them for me? No? Then shut up. God, I'm like 50 shades of sassy today. So I'm going to go ahead and bounce this out with the sponge. Here we go again with the lighting. This is what happens when you try to be earth conscious. And also, I'm not wearing any kind of face primer, so what you see is what you get when it comes to longevity for this foundation. So here's what one layer with the sponge looks like, and I feel like from side to side you can get a really good idea of what kind of coverage it gives. So first layer, I would say, is just a solid medium coverage. You can still see my blemishes peeking through, but everything is pretty evened. I'm gonna squeeze out some more and go in for a second layer, and I will say that took about 2 or 3 squeezes just for one half of my face. So like I said, I feel like I have to use a lot of this product to get the kind of coverage that I want. All right, so here's what 2 layers looks like. So it did give me better coverage, but it's just not very buildable as far as coverage goes. Like, you can get like just maybe like half a step up each time. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the other side. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and do it. Who cares? Foundation's foundation, so it's not that serious. We're just gonna go ahead and use my dirty foundation brush, but it's not that dirty. This is the type of brush that if a foundation can get up to full coverage, this is gonna be the one to get you there. But even with this brush, I'm not getting full coverage, which it doesn't claim to be, so that's okay. I just want to test things. I just want to see what's the highest coverage you can get. So here's 1 layer with the brush versus 2 on this side. Yeah, around my nose especially, I'm seeing slight brush strokes, like where it's just not wanting to sit down. Once again, I'm going for a second layer and build it up. Okay, so I'm gonna get up close and show you guys what it looks like from side to side, and I actually feel like I got better coverage on the sponge side. Like, after I applied 2 layers, it looks more of a full medium coverage than the brush side, which is so weird. Usually a brush will give you better coverage, especially if it's with a more wet formula. And with this, it's almost like the brush kind of sheared it out, and I just see brush strokes, and it's not sitting on my skin properly. It just looks more dry. Oh, my nose on this side looks horrible. I'm gonna go with my sponge and just kind of pat everything out. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you the time. So it's 10:56 right now. So we'll say 11 o'clock for our check-in time, just to make it a good even number to remember. So yeah, starting out, it's definitely more of a natural satin finish, so that claim's definitely true. And it is starting to kind of emphasize and settle into some lines on my face, like my smile lines in between my eyebrows and my 11 marks. I mean, I've only had this on for maybe 10 minutes, so it's a little early to be doing that. Alright guys, so I'm back at the finished look. So everything I'm wearing will be linked below in the description box if you're wondering what's on the rest of my face. And I just realized I had lipstick on my teeth, so I'm sure someone's gonna point that out and give me a timestamp. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to break down my thoughts a little bit more. I tried to save my commentary for this section of the video instead of putting it in the demo. I've worn this foundation probably 2 or 3 other times aside from today, and it's just been one of those foundations that I have absolutely dread putting on and dread wearing throughout the day. On the other days that I've worn this, it's looked very powdery, heavy, makeup-y, dry. It just clings to my skin in the worst way possible, and I really hydrate my skin. Like, I really do a good job of skin prep and making sure that my skin's properly moisturized before foundation and whatnot. But yeah, right now it doesn't look too bad. Like, in between my eyebrows, it is kind of settling into those little 11 marks, not a whole lot, and it is kind of emphasizing my smile lines. But as far as everything else, right now, it's presentable. It's not that bad. But there's a lot of hype with this line for it being a clean foundation. Like, it's a clean beauty line. And Sephora has their clean beauty requirements and like specifications and like a little checklist for what it has to meet in order to get the clean stamp. I'm gonna link a video below and also in my Beautubers to check out playlist from Allura Beauty. It's called Know Before You Buy, Bite Beauty Micellar Foundation and a Better Alternative. And she doesn't actually try the foundation. She actually just breaks down the ingredients list and why this foundation isn't clean. I do think it's very schemy of Sephora and these brands to do this, like to go along with this whole fad and this whole trend of being clean. Like, that's what it is. It's a trend. And also you've got these influencers who are starting this wave of being green and, you know, very earth conscious and, you know, not wasteful and stuff like this. And the problem is that a lot of these influencers are so misinformed. I don't think this is a bad message to send or, you know, to try to influence people to do better. There's nothing wrong with that. But the problem is that people go off of what these brands tell them and they read into it like it's the gospel. And Allura Beauty gets into this, and I'm not going to try to echo her thoughts because she puts everything so eloquently and she's very, very informed and educated. So I'm just gonna link you to that video. Also, the fact that they only have like 1 or 2 darker shades in this range. And I know that you can make the argument of, well, it's a new foundation. They're just kind of testing the waters. But instead of testing the waters with like, what is it, 30 light to tan people, like, why can't you, do you not want the opinion of darker skinned people either? If you're gonna release a few shades, why can't you hit everyone on the spectrum so that everyone can give you some feedback? Yeah, I'm gonna get off my soapbox now and go about my day, but it just really pisses me off and it irks me whenever brands are deceptive and they're dishonest, and it's just like, it's just adding to this fear-mongering mentality. But as far as how the foundation looks, it does look pretty good right now. This is the best it's looked on my skin up to this point, so that's a good thing. All right, guys, it's time for our final check-in of the day. It is now 8:09 p.m. So we are past the 9-hour mark. So yeah, pretty good long wear day. So I'm gonna take my glasses off. I can't see anymore though, so if something malfunctions with the camera, I can't help it because I can't see it. And this is definitely the best that it's looked out of all the days that I've worn it, because as I said, I have worn it like 2 or 3 other times. But yeah, as you can see, the foundation did get overall more dewy, and I am greasy and shiny in my T-zone. Not bad, but definitely more than what I'm used to. Creasing in between my eyebrows definitely did get a little bit worse. It looks kind of like claw marks a little bit. In my T-zone, I am looking a tad bit powdery. Like in my crevice, it is looking pretty powdery and cakey, and it's just kind of starting to separate away from my skin. There are some places on my cheeks that just look just heavy and cakey and thick. My chin doesn't look all that great. Like at the bottom, it just looks rubbed off and red and just kind of splotchy. Like I've had my hand on my chin, but I haven't. Like I've really been, you know, paying really close attention. I haven't laid on my face or anything. I haven't taken a nap in it or anything like that. It does look fairly okay on my forehead. It does look kind of splotchy and like it's not sitting beautifully in some areas of my forehead, but for the most part, it does look fairly smooth. I have really high expectations when it comes to high-end foundations because I expect them to completely outbeat and outperform drugstore foundations, because what's the point of spending $40 or more, or, you know, $30, $20, whatever? What's the point of spending that amount of money when there are really, really good drugstore foundations that perform the exact same way, if not better? This is an okay foundation today. Again, very inconsistent, but I have drugstore foundations that look way better than this. So yeah, I really don't know who to recommend this foundation to. Like, I don't know who the best demographic for it is as far as, you know, more oily skin types, more dry skin types. It just seems all over the place. So, I mean, you may try this and it be an absolute miracle for your skin. It may be your end-all, be-all, go-to favorite foundation, and that's fine if it is. I don't like the fact that they're holding on to this like it's got micellar technology and they're calling it a micellar foundation. Micellar, you know, you have micellar waters and micellar ingredients that break down your makeup and remove your makeup. So the fact that they're calling this foundation a micellar foundation just makes no sense to me. It just goes to show you that these brands can literally slap on anything and make it sound fancy. Like they can say it's got this technology and this technology and this patented ingredient. It's just like, well, that doesn't mean anything. Like there's no research behind that. There's nothing proven. Like that doesn't mean it's good. I don't like the fact that they're claiming it's a clean foundation, it's a clean product, because it's definitely not. Like, if it's got fragrance in it, which has up to 3,000 chemicals, like, it's not clean. So don't buy this if you're wanting a clean product. But I mean, in my opinion, it's just not worth the price, worth the hype, or worth all the talk. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it informative and helpful. And if you've tried this foundation, then leave us your review in the comments below. And if you haven't already, then like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys in my next one.